It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John
And
DeSando,
I'm Wayne Miller.
and this is It's Movie Time.
And is it? Oh, that's good. And
No.
John, it's a good thing we saw
Look
some
at you getting in there before me. I love it.
age-appropriate women.
Listen, we're talking about 80 for Brady today, but I want to preface this by saying, last year I saw Diane Keaton in Mac and Rita,
Uh-huh.
and I declared it the worst movie of the year.
Okay.
So now I have to look at some other elderly people in a movie, not one, but four of them.
4 of them. Well, and actually, when you even add in Harry Hamlin, who,
Right.
mostly people know from TV shows like L.A. Law and others.
Oh, yeah.
And but yeah, we've got a cornucopia of wrinkles in the. Well, I shouldn't say that. One of the more distracting things of the movie was Jane Fonda, almost blemish-free face.
Oh, yeah.
And she's well in her 80s now.
Yeah. This, I would have to say, overall, this movie for me was amusing but dull.
I found it amusing. I think it was appropriate. It's an appropriate movie for people maybe to go see now. I recommended to my nephews and niece about that it would be a fun date night, and you could even bring the kids to it.
Well, those four teens that were leaving the theater with us,
Yes.
you chatted up, always chatting up people
Yep.
to tell them about the show, and you asked them if they liked it, and they liked it.
Yeah, they did. And, well, they probably saw their grandmothers, in those roles.
All right.
But an appropriate time right now, John, for several reasons. One, Tom Brady who plays himself rather well in this movie, is once again announced his retirement from pro football. Also, Super Bowl time, and of course the premise of these big fans of his traveled to the 2017 Super Bowl in
Yeah.
Houston when the Patriots that he was playing for at the time.
All right, so these four ladies that include, you said Jane Fonda,
Yeah,
Lily Tomlin, Rita Moreno, and Sally Field.
exactly.
All right. And you have to say they look good, but that's what they've been doing their whole lives, looking good. And I like the reason the reason I like that is that not all of them have invested as heavily as Jane Fonda has in
Right.
their physical appearance.
Exactly. Yeah, well put. But also the timeliness right now with the Oscars coming up.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
it always makes me think of past winners. And here, 3 of the 4 have won Oscars, and 2 of them, Jane and Sally, have won 2 Oscars.
All right. Now let's talk about that
Yes.
in back talk. Okay. When we get to back talk, I want to hear what you have to say about the awards that these actresses have won.
Well, that's right.
Because before that, I have to say another thing about Brady.
Okay.
I think that the really interesting contrast to me was Brady, as charming as he is, was still not comfortable the way these 4 ladies are comfortable
yeah.
in front of the camera. Now, that would be as if they were down on the field. They would not be as comfortable as Tom Brady is on the field. So I like that. I like the contrast.
Yeah.
And another thing that I like about it, see if you accept this, is that I think finally films have respected the older women
Yeah.
here, where in Europe it is expected.
It's
Yeah,
expected. Yes.
and so
Yeah.
honoring and revering an old elderly person is nothing unusual at all. But here, I think we still have a ways to go. And this movie, while its script is to me god awful, it's just not.
And so many moments that were unbelievable too.
Yeah. But it seems to have an overall respect for these ladies. 3 of the 4 are in their 80s. Sally Field is 75 or 76.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're still, by anybody's standards, moving along in life.
Well, and even Rita Moreno, I think, is like 93 now.
Is that right?
Yes, she's in her 90s. And I thought it was, one thing that was cute, 80 for Brady, and of course that's their like age, basically,
Yes.
they're in the 80s. And the little jerseys that they were wearing, that they had. his Brady's number, but also 80 for Brady on the back. I thought it was very cute how Sally's was crossed out, and she put 70s, 70 for Brady. So I thought that was kind of cute.
Well, the biggest deal in the movie is that they lose their tickets to the NFL, which were corrupt anyway.
Yeah, which I thought was so funny. Yeah,
They were knockoffs.
bogus. Yeah,
And so they just have, and again here, they had to use their wits less than their sex appeal.
yeah.
Now, Jane
Except-
Fonda says, Jane
Yeah.
Fonda hits it off with Harry. They
Yeah,
go to the
yeah,
closet and they
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
it. Yeah. But basically, this is not all as much about sex as I thought it would be. That they would be obsessed about sex. In
Yeah.
fact, I had to catch myself when I was writing the review about alluding to the fact that they were just women hot for Brady.
Yeah.
Well, they're hot for Brady, but it's not a sexual thing.
No.
There is partly sexual. Anybody has to admire. Any woman would have to admire him
Yeah.
as a man.
Yeah.
But the way the film, and I have to give credit to Kyle Marvin, the director,
Uh-huh.
and the two Booksmart writers, Emily Halpern and Sarah Haskins, for keeping it as an adventure that now and then has a little bit of sex appeal about it, but it's about them still exercising their wits in their
Yes.
later years, and I
Yes.
liked that.
Yeah, I did too. And and how they got themselves involved in certain situations, but after they lost the ticket, and then the tickets were found and they were fraud. That they wormed their way into the good graces, of other folks. And and it's kind of funny because I always get a kick out of supporting characters.
Good point, I was gonna
in the
say,
movie.
yeah.
And one of them, Bob Balaban,
Balaban, yes.
playing a really rather nerdy, timid
Listen,
husband of Sally Field.
If our audience needs to know who he is, just remember Seinfeld.
Yes.
He's the head of NBC.
Yes.
And he always has the round glasses.
Yes.
Looks like a dork, acts
Yeah.
like a dork.
Yeah.
But there's something about him that's enjoying what he's doing.
Right. So it provides a little bit of a backstory to Sally Field's character, but also like Sarah Gilbert, who people know from the talk show The View, when she used to host that, but also or The Talk, one of those, but the Roseanne Show and the Connors Show. And she played Lily Tomlin's daughter.
Ow.
Concerned daughter, because
Oh, yeah.
one of the premises of the thing is that the instigator for them to go to the Super Bowl is Lily Tomlin's character, who is suffering from cancer.
Yeah.
And-
She is afraid of relapsing, isn't she?
Yeah. And so she thought, okay, this is kind of like her bucket wish, to go to the Super
Because
Bowl.
supposedly she overcame it, but she's getting word from her doctor, and she doesn't even want to read it.
Yes, exactly.
But the beautiful thing about her character, which I found perhaps the most complicated of them all, her character is that she's a mathematician.
Yes.
And that much of their success relies upon her ability to put forward statistics that are meaningful for the team. Wasn't that interesting?
Yes,
Yeah.
and she's the one who, of the four is the real super fan of Tom Brady, and kind of amusing little scenes in the movie that she thinks he's talking to her from her TV screen. That kind of urging her on to do things and live life, and stuff like that.
Now, I am right. Am I talking the Sally Field character, or
No, Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin is the mathematician?
I think Sally Field's is, because Sally Field's character is the mathematician.
Yes.
Because when they do go, my God, what is it? They go into the skybox thing where all the NFL, the strategists for the Patriots and calling plays and stuff like that. And she convinces them of some sort of algorithm she has in
Yes.
what they should do,
Yes.
because it seemed like a hopeless game for the Patriots, that they were really down, but because of her smarts, helping the strategists with plays on the field, that they turn it around.
All right, now see,
Okay.
I'm getting in trouble here. I'm getting to like it a little more than I did when I was writing the review. That's because talking with you makes me see that side of it that's healthier and just more enjoyable. So I know that people will go to Back Talk. They'll go to
Yeah.
the Back Talk, to our podcast experience in WCBE,
I
so
hope
that
so.
they can hear you talk about the actresses and their awards. But before then, there are
Yeah.
people out there who may not go to Back Talk. What do you have to say to them about 80 for Brady?
I would recommend, not a strong recommendation, it's kind of like if, there's not much out there. There is some things out
The
there.
bad time of year, we always.
Oh, yeah, the dry spell,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
after the holidays,
Yes.
but I would recommend it as a fun date night movie for couples and stuff.
And all we have to say is there were four teenage girls
Yes,
came out of the theater with us and they loved it.
I know, well, it kind of brought out the professor in me.
Yeah.
To,
And-
to ask them
and-
about it.
And there's no accounting for taste.
Yeah, that's it. I resemble that remark.